Today, we brought you team coverage of Mitt Romney's rally in downtown West Palm Beach. You heard from the Republican frontrunner live right here at midday on News Channel 5 yesterday. Today, Newt Gingrich is stealing the spotlight. He spent the morning in Miami's Little Havana neighborhood to cozy up with Republican voters there. Our coverage of Democracy 2012 continues live now in Miami, where News Channel 5's Evan Axelbank asked Newt Gingrich a couple of questions this morning. Evan, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lauren. We're at the Versailles, which is one of the most famous restaurants, Cuban-American restaurants, in all of South Florida. And today, Newt Gingrich got here around 8:40 to cozy up, as you said, Lauren, to one of the most important Republican constituencies here in Miami-Dade County, and that is Cuban-Americans. Take a look. Newt Gingrich got here a little earlier today, around 8:45, and he came to do what one operative told me that presidential candidates have to do to prove they're invested in issues important to Cuban Americans. He had a cup of cafecito here at the Versailles, which is, of course, Cuban espresso. With hordes of voters and reporters around him, he went inside where he discussed his immigration policies. To the disappointment of some here, he said that he did not agree to amnesty for illegals. But he did say that people who have been here for a long time, who have paid their taxes, and who have followed the law ought to have the right to stay.
I think it is the only common sense, humane approach that gives us a chance to actually fix the problem. And I need your help, if some of those candidates come here, to ask them, do they really seriously mean they would deport grandmothers and grandfathers? Are they really going to go in and break up families? I think that's not a very conservative policy.
Of course, before Floridians vote on January 31st, there is a primary next week in South Carolina, and Newt Gingrich is in the midst of a head-on, a one-on-one fight with Mitt Romney for the lead there in the polls. And Gingrich says that if he can win the South Carolina primary, that might give him the burst of momentum that he needs to take over the lead from Mitt Romney here. He's still down by about 20 points, but Newt says look to South Carolina as the springboard to a victory in Florida. We're in Little Havana in Miami today. Evan Axelbank, WPTV News Channel 5.